A very good afternoon to all the Vivites who are watching this wonderful Facebook Live series called as Ask the Doctor. Well, I'm back again today with the wonderful concept of iCoffee. This is a Tuesday and I'm back again with this wonderful product iCoffee, my dear friends. Well, as you all know that, please start shooting me your questions right now. I'll be answering the last week's questions first, followed by the present week's questions, my dear friends. Not only this, as I always tell you, so I'll also be back every Friday night at 10 p.m. for our US product iVed, wherein I'll be talking about exclusively about the product iVed for the US distributors. Well, my dear friends, I welcome you all again for this wonderful Facebook Live series called as Ask the Doctor again. If someone is not able to watch it live, I would always request you to host this as watch parties, so that people who are seeing this get benefited by understanding our wonderful and awesome wellness products, my dear friends. So not only this, as I told you, so it is always important for you to shoot me your questions right away. As I end a short topic on iCoffee, I'll be able to take up your questions, my dear friends. So thank you so much for that. Well, this is the iCoffee day again. I'm back again with some of the important points about iCoffee. As you all know that iCoffee clearly is called as a functional health beverage, which means that it is of two important things that you have to understand here. One thing is it has the taste, the smell, and the color of coffee. At the same point of time, it also delivers the functional health benefit, that is nothing but managing your sugar levels. That is the reason why we have given a tagline to this wonderful product called as controls diabetes without compromising the authentic taste of coffee, my dear friends. This is how iCoffee is actually designed. Well, iCoffee is brought to you in two important variants. One is iCoffee Creamer, the second is iCoffee Black. Well, as you all know that the repetition happens again and again because all our industry products for that matter are called as frontline immune booster products. So each and every ingredient which is present in our products are immune boosting ingredients themselves. So for example, in case of iCoffee, we have the Mucuna prurens, otherwise called as the velvet bean, which is also having a lot of immune boosting capabilities. I hope the point is clear to everyone. So as you all know that diabetes is actually not a disease, it is a disorder by itself. In the sense, diabetes is composed of various diseases. That is the reason why it is called as a disorder. So diabetes is mainly caused because of defect in insulin production, insulin action. Sometimes it is both. Well, it can also happen because of disturbances in the carbohydrate, fat and protein metabolism inside the human body. Well, the long-term effects of diabetes, when one has to see, it always includes the long-term damage to the human body, dysfunction of various organs as well, my dear friends. That is how the diabetes is a most complicated disease that can happen to a humankind. Well, we have the pandemic today, my dear friends, but tomorrow we have a bigger disorder with us called as diabetes, which anyone can have in this universe actually. So it is not only based on the history sometimes that the people talk of, which is also relevant, but people without history can also have this dreadful disease condition called as diabetes, my dear friends. So going ahead, diabetes has a lot of types and reasons as well. See, there is type 1 diabetes, which is called as the insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. We have something called as a type 2 diabetes called as the non-insulin dependent diabetes, where we also have a third one called as a gestational diabetes, which normally happens during the pregnancy. And the fourth one is called as the pre-diabetes. This is one important thing where the wellness products play a very important role. See, pre-diabetes is a precursor or a precondition to a diabetes condition, where 90% of the Indian population are still unaware that they might be in the early stages of pre-diabetes. Well, this is one area where the wellness supplements like iCoffee Creamer or the iCoffee Black will have a major role to play as a protective and a preventive product, my dear friends. I hope the point is clear to everybody. So not only this, the various reasons for diabetes mainly includes the insulin resistance, abnormal production of sugar in the liver. This is very, very important. Whenever your liver produces a lot of sugar, so automatically the blood sugar content will increase. So whenever the blood sugar content increases, automatically the person will suffer from all kinds of diabetes, my dear friends. So genetic susceptibility also plays a very important role. Obesity and physical inactivity is also a major thing here. Increasing age also plays a very important role. The bad diet the diet which is rich with carbohydrates and proteins, when someone is consuming it at a large scale for a prolonged period of time, automatically this can also result in diabetes mellitus. Well, pre-diabetes is one factor where India is actually suffering with diabetes today. I hope the point is clear to everyone. So not only this, diabetes is actually gaining the levels of a pandemic in India. So it might not be a spreading pandemic from one person to the other. Well, this is something which is experienced pandemic by the people. So in fact, people are suffering from this particular disease because of so many other issues also. Because diabetes is not one thing. Diabetes are, it is 100 things put together is called as diabetes. I normally call this as an epitome. I normally call this as an epicenter of all diseases actually. So whenever you have this epicenter of diabetes in your body, automatically the other parts of the body will also suffer the shock waves. That is how, just like an earthquake happens, because of the diabetes, normally the shock waves are experienced across the body from head till the toe. So normally you can consider this diabetes as die in bits, which means die in bits and pieces. It will not kill you immediately, but it is going to kill you bits and pieces. That is how diabetes is actually going to affect you, my dear friends. I hope the point is clear. That is the reason why you can also call this as a holistic disease in itself, because it affects you from head till the toe, and that is the reason why it is called as a holistic disease. Well, don't use this term anywhere, but still you can call this as a complete disorder. That is how the whole human body is affected with this. Well, diabetes, as I said, there are a lot of complications of diabetes which are regularly seen in the human beings. So one thing is the feeling of tiredness. Second thing is the frequent urination which is seen, sudden weight loss, wounds that not heal, a very, very important thing again, always hungry, we call it as a polyphagia, sexual problems are more, blurry vision, especially the retinopathic conditions are mostly seen, vaginal infections are usually seen in case of women, numbness or tingling of feet, which we call it as diabetic neuropathy, which is also seen, always the feeling of thirst, which is called as polydipsia, they drink a lot of water, because the BMR, the basal metabolic rate, is enhanced or increased inside the human body, because of which the heat increases. That is the reason why we also have a condition called as diabetic enteropathy these days, which means that people who are suffering from diabetes have a lot of loose stools or loose motions which are happening, my dear friends. I hope the point is clear. So not only this, diabetes also has a lot of other complications which are newly discovered day by day. Well, the COVID-19 condition is one such thing where now it is a clearly established fact that people with the complications of diabetes especially, they are more succumbing to this dreadful disease called as COVID-19, because the immune system especially of these people are getting weakened because of this virus, and even with the use of most of the immune support systems that we have these days, even with a ventilator on for that matter, these things are not getting improved. That is the reason why people with diabetes have to be more careful so far as the coronavirus infections are concerned, my dear friends. I hope the point is clear and clarified to everyone. So we have a wonderful added advantage these days, stating that you take this wonderful product iCoffee Creamer or Black so that you can be protected against all kinds of dreadful diseases in the future. You can have this as a protective and a preventive product, a very important, a promotional aspect that people can actually consider, my dear friends. So going ahead, you all know that Salacia reticulata, otherwise we call this as salcital, is considered to be the most important ingredient which is present in this iCoffee Creamer and iCoffee Black. So we have two important types of iCoffee here. One is the iCoffee Creamer, which contains 11% of salcital. We have the iCoffee Black, which contains 22% of salcital in this. So salcital is a wonderful ingredient which is also called as Ekanayakam or Saptaranga. So normally this is mentioned in the ancient textbooks of Ayurveda dating back to 900 to 700 BC, known for its controlling attributes towards the blood sugar levels. So this is not today or yesterday. This is a very important thing. This has been told long back, dating back to 900 to 700 BC, where people have to understand how exactly the mechanism of this wonderful ingredient Salacia reticulata was described in the textbooks of Ayurveda. Not only this, my dear friends, the other ingredients mainly includes the coffee beans. As you all know that the coffee beans have been sourced from, the superior quality coffee beans have been sourced from the Coorg region of Karnataka. Along with this, we also have the wonderful ingredient called as Mucuna prurens. We call this as velvet bean in English. This is also a best immune boosting ingredient that is present in iCoffee, my dear friends. Well, going ahead, Processing of iCoffee beans in iCoffee is also a wonderful thing that people have to know. In fact, the superior quality coffee beans which are available in the Coorg region, they have been roasted at 40 degrees centigrade for 7 to 8 hours. By doing this process, we actually remove the caffeine which is present in coffee, which is a very important aspect for all of us. So when the caffeine is removed, automatically the polyphenols are liberated. So the polyphenols are nothing but antioxidants which are very important for the human body. So far as the antioxidants are concerned, as I told you my dear friends, antioxidants are very much required for boosting the immune status of the human body, my dear friends. That is the reason why it is always important for us to consume optimum amounts of antioxidants on a daily basis. This is how the iCoffee is actually helping us in improving these situations, my dear friends. So as you all know that iCoffee is suitable for all kinds of diabetes, might be it is type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or the gestational diabetes or the pre-diabetes, my dear friends. And iCoffee does not possess any sugar components in this. This is very important. It does not possess any sugar components in this. It can be taken as long as desired. This is also very important. It can be taken as long as desired. It can be taken along with the other medicaments as well, without having any worry about the side effects or the adverse effects as well, my dear friends. So can this be taken along with insulin? Yes, it can be taken along with insulin without having any issues. And it does not lower the sugar levels as the conventional allopathic medications normally do, my dear friends. It does not do that. Well, can a common person or a normal person can take iCoffee? Absolutely yes, without any problems. You can also use that, but please always have one thing in mind. It should be taken at a dose of half sachet in the morning or half sachet in the night, or one sachet in the day is enough for a normal individual without having any adverse effects. Well, as you all know that one sachet of iCoffee should be added with 80 to 100 ml of hot water, and it has to be consumed. It should not be taken along with any cold water. It can be taken along with either warm water or hot water, but cold water should never be used for making this wonderful product iCoffee, my dear friends. I hope the points are clear to everybody. So this is what I had to present today for so far as iCoffee, a generalized feeling of what iCoffee is, how the immune boosting capability of iCoffee is actually shown, and how iCoffee and diabetes are related to each other, how the importance of diabetes should be conveyed to the people. This is very, very important for everybody. So iCoffee creamer or iCoffee black should be used as a protective and a preventive product for this dreadful condition called as diabetes mellitus, my dear friends. I hope the points are clear to everybody. Well, this is a question answer time now. So I'd like to take up the last week's questions first, followed by the present week's questions. So today my colleague Miss Asma has collected the questions for me. So the first question that I'm seeing from the last week by Sandhya Chava, if I'm spelling it right. My mom used iCoffee black for the last 8 months, but the sugar levels are increasing. So the sugar levels 200 to 250 mg per dl, but iCoffee it is 300 to 350. Why it is increasing day by day? The simple solution for this, whoever has this kind of a problem, what you need to do is, you need to stop iCoffee in the morning times. Always start iCoffee in the afternoon, that is half an hour before your lunch, and one sachet in the night, that is half an hour before your dinner. So whenever the person stops it in the morning and continues this in the afternoon and night, automatically the sugar levels tend to fall down. I hope the point is clear to everybody. Well, the next question that I am seeing of the day is by Mr. Muhammad Pasha, a person who is 26 years old, is using iCoffee black after 15 days. So he was complaining about weakness. What should I suggest him? Please explain. Well, Mr. Pasha, if you are watching this, you have to explain him in this way. Suppose if he is having severe weakness, let him continue the iCoffee half sachet twice daily, half an hour before food. Half sachet twice daily for 1 week. After 1 week, he can continue with one sachet twice daily. I hope the point is clear to you. If you are doing it in this way, automatically the tiredness can come down. You can also ask him to consume about 3 liters of warm water in a day. This can also help the condition out. Well, the next question is by Mr. Jaswant. Does iCoffee increase metabolism levels? Well, iCoffee contains this roasted coffee beans along with Mucuna pruriens. Well, definitely, my dear friend, I would like to tell you that the digestion and metabolism concept can be enhanced by using this iCoffee also. I hope the point is clear. So the next question that I am seeing here is by Atota Praveen. If you are watching this, So can we use iCoffee, iPulse and iCoffee for PCOD problem? Absolutely good. Any gynecological problems in women, I would always like to suggest a combination of iCoffee creamer and iPulse. That is a wonderful combination which can reduce the problems and give you better health benefits. So the next question is by Mr. Lakshman Sibbala. One of my prospect is having high sugar levels and also suffering with skin allergies. What product should I recommend? You can consider using both iCoffee creamer and iPulse. So Mr. Lakshman, if you are watching this, iCoffee creamer must be 1 sachet in the morning and the night, half an hour before the food, whereas iPulse must be 20 ml 2 times. 20 ml in the morning, half an hour before breakfast, and 20 ml in the night, half an hour before dinner. I hope the point is clear to you. The next question is by Mr. Nikhil Zilla. Can a normal person consume iCoffee black per day? How to consume this? If you are consuming iCoffee black, if you are a normal person, the same rule applies, my dear friend. So if Mr. Nikhil is watching this, it is half sachet of iCoffee in the morning and half sachet of iCoffee black in the night. That is black both the times. That is half sachet is okay for that. Half in the morning and half in the night. And the customer, to tell the taste, I'm not trying to understand what your question here is. The taste of the product. Probably it is bitter in taste. You don't have to add sugar or milk to this particular iCoffee black. You can consider half in the morning and half in the night. I hope the point is clear. So the next question that I am seeing here is by Mr. Georgias Thomas. If you are watching this, is iCoffee good for paralyzed people? See, as a normal person also you can have half sachet 2 times. If the paralytic patient is diabetic in nature, then you can consider giving 1 sachet in the morning and 1 sachet in the night, half an hour before breakfast and half an hour before dinner, my dear friends. I hope the point is clear. So the next question is, the diabetic patient is suffering from mouth cancer. So can we suggest the product? Absolutely, you can suggest iCoffee creamer, my dear friend. You can give half sachet in the morning and half sachet in the night. This is by Mr. Suresh Chandra. I hope the point is clear. Half in the morning and half in the night. So the next question is by Miss Alia Sultana. Can iCoffee be taken by a diabetic person having a miscarriage? Yes, you can have it. There is no issues. So the next question is by Mr. Lakshman Sibbala again. After one of my prospect is having high sugar levels and suffering with skin allergy, which products need to be suggested? You can suggest both iCoffee and iPulse in this condition. Please consume 1 in the morning and 1 in the night. iPulse must be 20 in the morning and 20 ml in the night. So the next question by Mr. Komal Verma. If you are watching this, can iCoffee restore the functions of diabetes mellitus and its associated problems? Absolutely yes, Mr. Komal. As I've been telling, diabetes is a disorder and not a disease. It has a lot of complications as well. In order to combat the complications, it is always important for you to consider the use of both iCoffee as well as iPulse. As I told you, iCoffee creamer is better for type 2 and iCoffee black is better for type 1 diabetes. I hope the point is clear to everyone. So I'll be taking the next week's questions now. So the first question I am seeing here from Mr. Nasir by Ms. Nasreen Begum. If you are watching this, please suggest a combination to be used for 6-year-old boy from gallstones. You can definitely use a combination of iCoffee and iPulse both. Well, you can give half sachet of iCoffee only in the morning, whereas iPulse will be 20 ml 2 times, half an hour before the food. I hope the point is clear. The next question is by Mr. Joplin Singh Khan, if I am spelling your name right. Can iCoffee boost our immunity? As I told you, my dear friend, Mucuna prurens or the velvet bean is a wonderful ingredient which is present in this iCoffee. This is very important for boosting your immune status. I hope the point is clear. Once again, most of the people are asking this question of iCoffee creamer and black. I would like to clear that point again. iCoffee creamer contains 11% salcitol, whereas black contains 22% salcitol. Creamer can be used by type 2, whereas black can be used by type 1 people. I hope the point is clear. So the next question is by Mr. Totakara Varghese. How much water in half sachet of iCoffee? You can definitely add 40 to 50 ml of hot water for half sachet of iCoffee. 40 to 50 ml. I hope the point is clear. The next question is by Ms. Parishmita Bora. Which coffee will be beneficial for carcinoma lung patient with high sugar levels along with taking iPulse? You can give iCoffee creamer only. If the patient is on insulin, please start with iCoffee black. I hope the point is clear. So some people are regularly asking the question on FSSAI. I am clearly telling again, my dear friends, our products are classified as Ayush Health Promoter Supplements. We don't fall under the purview of FSSAI. I hope the point is clear. We don't fall under the FSSAI category. We are falling under the Ayush category. I hope the point is clear. The next question is by Mr. Pradeep Sharma. After consuming iCoffee, the BP is coming high. Sugar is increased. Any suggestions? As I told you, Mr. Pradeep Sharma, ask them to discontinue iCoffee in the morning. Let them continue one sachet in the afternoon and one sachet in the night, half an hour before the food. I hope the point is clear to you. This will reduce the blood pressure as well as the blood sugar levels. So the next question is by Ms. Payal Sindhwani. How is iCoffee helpful in type 1 diabetes? As I told you, it has 22% of salsitol in this, and more the quantity of salsitol, it is better for the rejuvenation of the cells, the beta cells of the pancreas. That is how it is helpful in type 1 diabetes, my dear friend. So the last question of the day that I am taking is by Mr. Pradeep Sharma again. What all things are expected as a part of body detoxification after consumption of iCoffee? One thing is important. As I told you, as a part of diabetes, if you see, always it is important that a person with diabetes will have increased heat inside the body, which we call it as the basal metabolic rate, the BMR. So once the basal metabolic rate enhances or increases, automatically some people can have the diabetic enteropathy, which is nothing but the loose motions can happen. The stomach pain can happen. All these are the detoxification symptoms which can happen for 4 or 5 days. It is always important for you to consume a lot of water, that is 3.5 to 4 liters of water, at least for first 15 days of the consumption of iCoffee, so that all these detoxification problems can be reduced fast. I hope the point is clear to everybody. So thank you, my dear friends. I hope the questions are also there, so don't worry about it. We are taking a note of your questions and we will be answering it right away once we have the question repository with us. So thank you very much for watching this live. This is Dr. Balu Kolar, Head of Product Development and Training, signing off. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.